Hello to my Aries. Aries, let's get into it. All right, Aries, let's go. Happy full moon to each and every one of you all. Aries, I'm talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign. Talking to you, even if you are on the cusp of Taurus or on the cusp of Pisces, even if Aries is your MC or IC, north, south node, doesn't matter where Aries is in your birth chart, even if Aries is your Chiron, I am talking to you. Let's get into it. Happy full moon to each and every one of you all. Hopefully you all are doing your full moon rituals. Let's get into it. 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 All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. Let's go. First card out of the deck is the Ten of Cups. Here we have the Four of Cups. Here we have the Nine of Cups. Ace of Swords, Five of Cups, and then also the Nine of Swords. All right. All right, all right, all right. Here we have the Ten of Cups. All right. We also have the Four of Cups here. We also have the Nine of Cups here. We also have the Ace of Cups here. We also have the Nine of Swords here. And we also have the Five of Cups here. So in order for somebody to really get their wishes fulfilled, both in their personal and their professional life, and just for peace to be restored, somebody is definitely going to have to put a manhole cover over the past and start the process of learning how to be in receiving mode and just learning how to move on from two energies in particular. Really just put an end to something that has been very toxic, like toxic emotions, like really be at peace with yourself about something, like stop talking about something that has just been very painful, for somebody. Just whatever it is, two situations, in order for somebody to like restore peace within themselves, somebody's going to stop talking about it. And whenever you have thoughts about it, replace the negative thoughts with something positive, even if it involves children. Even if it involves children, considering like, even if there aren't like physical kids, if there's kids involved, consider the kids. If it's not kids involved, consider your own inner child. Like if there's kids involved, consider how would the kids feel about something. If it's your inner child and their inner child, how would that affect someone's inner child? Somebody's going to have to, because when the moon is in Scorpio, right now I think it's in Sagittarius, it'll take somebody down a real dark hole, and when you go down to a darker frequency, it picks up everything on the lower frequency. It could literally cause somebody to be sick to their stomach. It picks up everything on that frequency. It take you back to your own childhood long before you met certain people in your life. It could take you back to your elementary school days, family stuff, all kinds of just real dark, energy. It could just, like I said, could just remind you of all kinds of hurt and pain that you've gone through, and just be that hurt person that's hurting other people and not even realize you're hurting other people. So the goal is to restore peace within yourself, and that's what I see happening here. So here we have the Magician card. The goal is to take your power back, and that's what I see somebody trying to do, and that's what I see somebody doing, and getting some rest. So putting a manhole cover over the past and moving on. I'm moving on. Here we have the Four of Swords. So that's what I see somebody doing, moving forward. So this Ten of Cups. That's the goal, to restore peace and happiness to your home life, and where you and your inner child is happy. And I see this right here, moving forward in childlike faith. Moving forward in childlike faith. So Knight of Cups. Yep. So that's how you're going to save yourself. Moving forward in childlike faith. Here we have the Queen of Cups, and adjusting your crown and pouring into yourself, and closing out cycles. Closing out cycles in love, creating very firm boundaries for yourself, and moving forward. Yep, moving forward, leaving the past behind. This is the Moon card. Leaving those past belief systems behind. Leaving the past beliefs, those past belief systems behind about respect, all of this other stuff. Who's supposed to respect has to go both ways. And talking about adjusting crowns when you're talking about adults, speaking to adults, especially whether they're young adults, older adults, crowns have to be adjusted. You're talking about adjusting crowns. So respecting people's titles, their positions, and home lives, those kind of things. So lots of things are happening here in the cards. That's in order to respect. The tricky thing about the tricky thing about going down a rabbit hole, you can start out thinking one thing. Like, think of the simplest way to think about it is like when you go in and you cleaning out. You can be cleaning out your closet, saying, okay, I'm gonna go to my closet. I'm gonna clean out some stuff. I'm gonna pick out some stuff that I'm gonna go donate to, go donate to one of those organizations, right? I won't name any names, but donate to an organization. You start out, you go get some jeans, blazer, shoes, this, that, and the other. Next thing, you come across a box of pictures, letters, all of that. It starts taking you down memory lane. You put out a yearbook, you start going through the pictures. It starts taking you down memory lane. Then you start remembering some stuff. It's the same thing. It picks up on that frequency, and you start picking up the good memories, the bad memories. Then it starts picking up. Then it steps outside of that yearbook, and it starts taking you through your neighborhood. Then it starts taking you to your house and the neighbors' houses and who you hung out with during that time. It takes you through all of that. And so Source is trying to help somebody to start seeing, looking at things through a broader lens. When you are talking about this right here, being at peace, right here, this is intuition. This is like, okay, people come with their own water. And we talk about making sacred bonds. And if there's kids involved, Source is saying there has to be some like looking at what you have in common here. Everybody has an inner child, and you have to think, okay, what would I want my inner child to have access to? What would I want my inner child to sit around and listen to? Would I want my inner child to be poisoned listening to certain things? Listening to people talking about certain things? Would I want them listening to, would I want my child to be set down and talked to? So like, would I want my child to be around certain people, places, and things, listening to certain conversations about people, certain people, places, and things? So looking at this, I definitely see a breakthrough happening because I'm seeing something about motive. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Here we have the Knight of Swords, the Three of Cups, the High Priestess, the Five of Swords, also the Four of Cups here. The Wheel of Fortune here. So Source is giving somebody some time to really look at everything and be grateful that the past is behind you and get focused. Yeah, really, really get focused to move on from some past disappointments. To really move on from some past disappointments and really start weighing the pros and cons, listening to your like intuition. This is High Priestess energy. Get access to the known, the unknown, seen, unseen, weighing the dark, the light, like just really weighing everything. Just like really sitting down and looking at it through a lens of where you are today, right? Right there. Ruminating over something. Ruminating over something, right? That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, here we have 999 here, and then 3. Just being grateful that the past is behind you. And I'm seeing a lot of wishes being fulfilled, just in the posture of gratitude. Just being grateful that the past is behind somebody. Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah. Yeah, and then staying focused. Because it looks like some people were just a nightmare to each other. That's what it looks like. It looks like some people were a nightmare to each other. And just like, what was the motive? What was the motive? There was a lot of emotions going on here, and there's a lot. That's why I lost water here. A lot of emotions, a lot of creativity, a lot of jealousy, envy. It was just a lot of emotions, just a lot of stuff going on here that looks like it was passed down through generations on. It's just a lot going on here in this reading. Wow. Just wow. Wow, wow, wow. Lots going on here in the reading. The Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Source is saying focus is definitely required here. I would, looking at this right here, I would, looking at this is, in order for, if this is a family situation here, if it's your family, I would say a huge reset button has to be set, where everybody's going to have to say, okay, we're going to have to let the past be the past. We're going to have to just have to start from scratch and get focused. And that's the only way a breakthrough is going to have to come through. Here we have the Ten of Pentacles. In order for legacy wealth to occur, that's the only way something is going to happen. There's going to have to be a big rebirth. Big rebirth here. If it's you and somebody else's family, there's going to have to be a separation. There's going to have to be just a complete separation, because it's going to have to be a break. Because this breakthrough, breakdown, because the motive, what is the motive? Source is saying this is, that's going to say everybody's going to have to just save themselves and just move on. So that karmic ties can be broken and that sacred ties can come together. And again, so that sacred ties can come together. Yep, so that sacred ties can come together. Childlike faith here. Four of Pentacles, and I'm seeing Four of Pentacles here. A lot of time doesn't need to be given to it. Just very conservative with time, because all that time could be used to, here we have Page of Pentacles, could be put into, creating an additional stream of income. Instead of overthinking it, over talking it, all of that, take off the blindfolds. Really take off the blindfolds and get focused, move on from the disappointment. Because everybody has to see, looking at the cards here, so like if it's your family and somebody just sees just all the stuff that was created, it was like a big mess was created in somebody's family, with just like because water is creativity. Everybody's going to have to let all bygones be bygones. Like everybody's going to have to say, okay, reset button, recognize how sensitive something is, and just say, okay, everybody's going to have to treat everybody with respect and honor everybody's love language and boundaries and all of that. Because that's what the World card is. It's like, okay, we already been around this before. We don't need to talk about this. What is your love language? Was my love language? That's the frequency we're on. Or everybody go their separate way. It's no in between with this. Here we have the Three of Wands. Yeah, here we have the Three of Wands, because that's the blindfolds have to come off. It's just too much that's happened in this reading. There's way too much happened. Here we have the Page of Cups. So some good news is trying to come in. Good news is trying to come in. And like I said before, for somebody who wants love in their lives, that is trying to come in. But it's so much that's also been pulling on somebody's energy that's almost like just draining. Like somebody could be just emotionally drained, like just dehydrated, drained. And here we also have the Two of Cups. So yeah, so somebody got soulmate trying to come in, but it's something else has been draining somebody's energy. So they're either going to have to let bygones be bygones, hit a reset button in somebody's family, or completely just cut ties altogether, so that you can get together with your sacred tie. So somebody has a decision to make, but you have to make the best decision for you. That's what it really boils down to. You have to make the best decision for you. That's where the breakthrough is really going to come in. Somebody's going to take the blindfolds off and say, okay, I have to make the best decision for me. And Source is giving you time to do that, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. So whatever you believe to be is your truth. That's what it is, right? So whatever you believe to be true, is your truth. And that's all that matters, really. Whatever you believe to be is true is your truth. It's not whatever somebody else has believed. So if somebody else believes, like, let's say, for instance, okay, this is a scenario that's coming to my mind. Again, take only what resonates with you. When I look at the cards here, somebody could believe that, like, somebody could believe that there's a very manipulative mother-in-law that's been just like manipulating their child, to kind of sort of turn against them or whatever. If that's what you believe, then that's your truth. That's it. There's no you seeing it the wrong way. This is how it really is. Whatever. If that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. Nobody can take that away from you. If a mother-in-law or father-in-law believes that you don't respect them in some way, then that's what they believe. That's what they believe. Then you can't change their mind. Like, everybody believe what they believe, right? And so bottom line is that's where the breakthrough is going to come in, is just the respect of whoever believes whatever they believe. Either it's there's no gray area. When I look at this reading, it's no gray area. So it's just saying, where the frequency that you're on, if it's not about adjusting crowns, if it's not met on adjusting crowns and that mutual respect, then it's not going to work. Whether it's you and a friend, you and love interest, you and whoever, it's not going to work at all. Because this is what you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to balance, alignment in your relationships, this in all of your relationships, and it's just not going to work. So that's what Source is saying. Take the blindfolds off. Just take the blindfolds off. You have too many opportunities. You have too much. You have a sea of opportunities available to you, Aries. So, yeah, 4 of Swords. Yeah, the Empress card. You ready to cut ties. You ready to cut ties. You're not, and you should. 4 of Swords. You have 6 of Wands. High Priestess. The Empress card. The Knight of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. And then the 7 of Swords. Yep. So we got 999 here. So yeah, whatever works best for you. Whatever works best for you, because somebody right now is like, you want somebody wants teamwork, and if somebody's not with the teamwork, whatever the definition of teamwork is, then just be gone. Move on. Don't even waste your time. This is not even where you would even have to say, I'm being impatient, or I need to be more patient, or whatever. Just move on. It would just be a waste. I can't. There's no other way to say it. Just don't even waste your time. Don't waste your time, and don't waste theirs. Because that's why there's so much water out here, because there's so much creativity, there's so much room, there's so much you could be creating out here. There's so much of a life you could be creating, and so many circles you could be creating, and so much you could be doing. So my body is a wondrous and magnificent machine, and I feel privileged to live in it. So, yep. So Source is saying, find your high priestess circle. Find your Empress circle. Find whatever circle you feel like you need to find, but gravitate towards that circle. Gravitate towards that circle. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, but that's what Source is trying to help somebody do, is like gravitate towards whatever circle you feel like you need that works best for you. Gravitate towards that circle. Take your power back. Create boundaries. Form those boundaries. But there's no gray area in this. Delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Yeah, there's no gray area in this. Not at all. Source needs somebody to get focused. Get real focused. But part of it is also getting some rest too. Get as much rest as you want. Sacred waters. Yeah. This has an affinity with water, and so those waters have to be really sacred, protecting that intuition. 35. So drunken by the swell of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace. Unafraid of the presence releasing the cords, I call her in. I call her deeply within. Yeah. All of that is in the sacral chakra energy. That's down there in the sexuality, sensuality, your intuition, your feelings, emotions, subconscious habits, moods. That's very, very sacred waters. And so there's really no gray area, you know, in that space. And you really, really want to protect it. So, the healer and protector of travelers is with you. Somebody could be going on a trip. Take a leap of faith. Trust your first mind. Yep, sacral chakra cleanse. Yeah, there are signs all around you. You are who they prayed for. So, a guy apologizes for betraying you. You want to follow your heart. You want to drink more water. It's a form of self-care. Yep. Again, that's why there's so much water out here, because water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it. And so when you're around a bunch of toxicity and trying to connect with High Priestess energy that really protects their water, like really, really protects their water, you can instantly feel it. Your inner child is very proud of you for just really trying to do the work. Yeah, so somebody is that moon in Scorpio. That moon in Scorpio can make you feel like it can make everybody feel like you're sick to your stomach, like you're just doing a deep cleansing, like you just feel like a volcano is erupting.